Hello, everybody, and welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers YouTube channel. I am Sandy, and this is Anna, and you are here for our midweek reset. We love to refer to Anna as our Self Care Doula here at the PCSM Chapel, and that is to just simply remind us all that we need to take these pauses and we need to take care of ourselves first, right? As busy mamas, we know how important it is to fill our own cup so that we may be of better service to our children, our families, our friends, and our communities. So, Anna, thank you so much for being here as always. I have a few announcements to make just about what's going on at the church. For one thing, if you want to find out more about our events, go to pcsam.org and sign up for our newsletter. This Friday night, we have Anna hosting Yoga Nidra, back by popular demand.
Oh, awesome.
I love Yoga Nidra because, Anna has taught me that just 30 minutes of Yoga Nidra actually feels like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, which for somebody who has trouble sleeping, it's such a blessing. I can do Yoga Nidra on Friday, kind of have sleep part one, then go home, and I always have an amazing night's sleep part two. So it's almost like getting 2 night sleeps in one night, which is like a miracle for me.
This is the proof.
Right? And, on Saturday we have DJ Steve Miller so that you can kind of dance your nervous system back into a balanced state. And Sunday, we have a super special Sunday spin event going on from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so proper church time. DJ Frantic has been our musical director for the past season, and he is just such a joy. He brings such an amazing energy to this community. He's always got this huge smile on his face. It's infectious. And his show on Twitch TV, being his 100th episode, he's decided to celebrate here at the chapel and bring in a bunch of the other DJs that also support the church.
Awesome.
So it's going to be an awesome mid-morning. A lot of people can't make it to Soul Saturday because they work on Saturday. Well, now you have a chance to catch the vibe on Sunday. So definitely come down for that.
What time is it again?
So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And children are welcome. We do have a couple video game machines here so that the kids, if they get a little bit bored with the music, they can play games. So mamas and daddies can have a break. Hope to see you then. And Anna, this midweek reset is just such a gift for me to take a pause and hopefully everybody else to find some stillness, to recalibrate our nervous systems, to say, hey, it's hump day. What do I want to do with the rest of my week? What's my intention with the time that I have left, for the rest of this work day, or, for, the rest of the year, the month, whatever it is. We set all different types of intentions for different reasons. So thank you so much for being here with us, Anna.
You're welcome. And everything that you have said really points to a mindful practice. All of those things that, we don't get to think about because, when we're going, if we don't pause, we don't think about, coming back to our intentions or how we want to finish off the week, which is something that I never used to really do. You just go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and yay, I reached Friday, and then, Saturday and Sunday, right? But, when we have these pauses, it's really, it's important to actually pause. And we are creating a pause and have these pauses here with the intention to calm our nervous systems and recalibrate ourselves to continue forward into the week. And, as moms, we are constantly giving, as dads too are constantly giving, or guardians, or just people in general that support other people, caregivers, really. This is a really special time. So for those, it's almost a dedication to all of us, an invitation for all of us to center ourselves and be mindful of the things that we want. How do we want to end the week? So I personally, I really want to finish this week in peace. That's what I would really like, when I think I talk a lot about the subtle body, and, that is, I feel that is really something that I specialize in with regards to It's the koshas, the 5 koshas, and you have the physical body, which we work on, the emotional body, breath body, wisdom body, bliss body. So what we create here and the intention for Friday's Yoga Nidra is to really get in touch with our subtle body. So going from the mind into a place beyond that is gives us rest, but it also gives us an awareness about our bodies and the sensations about our bodies. Now, it could vary. There are some people that don't like to go into the sensations of the body, respectfully, you know, but it is really a tool for us to come into our bodies in a way where we trust ourselves. So I find that the more subtle body work that I've done, and this is with meditation, yoga nidra, and other practices that extend to sensations or just calming the mind and going into the body, is really a way to get in touch with your body's wisdom. Your body is full of wisdom. When your body feels uncomfortable, it is telling you something. And a lot of us really kind of override that. You know, it's kind of like we're more mind, and I think this. But what are you really feeling? So you also feel joy. What does it feel like when you feel joy, right? It like really vibrates and ripples, right? When you feel self-doubt, it's almost like you bring that. Did you feel the energy? Like when I said joy, fear, self-doubt, right? It really draws that frequency down. So our goal here is to keep that frequency up and to work on trusting our intuition, trusting our bodies, and making time to listen to our bodies. You know, sometimes when we make decisions and we don't know, let's say like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I can do this or I can do that. Well, sometimes it really helps to go in and say, well, how do I feel about this? If I make this choice, how is my body reacting, or where do I feel it when I make this conscious choice? And where do I feel it? Let's say it's a low frequency choice. Where do I feel it in the body? Does it feel uncomfortable? So that's your body telling you without, literally speaking to you, but speaking to your wisdom about listening to our bodies sometimes with, choices we make or even interactions with other people. When you interact with other people, and let's say, you're getting a sense of someone and it's not comfortable, that is your body telling you to step away.
Like gut feeling.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
That's the gut feeling, what your body's feeling, what you feel in here, what you feel in here sometimes. And it stems from this place of the third eye and stimulation, which is really connected to 2 glands in the brain. So in these practices, we tune into that. In Friday's practice, we shift our brain waves. So that's what's beautiful. It's a guided meditation. You come in, bring a pillow, bring a blanket. We move a little bit, and then we rest our bodies, and I guide you through a journey to go into this place of half awake, half asleep, right? So, as Sandy said, she feels much restful. You should feel much restful after that. But it also is a way to develop these sensitivities, so.
And one thing I just want to mention is my intention is to really try to attract people, to come and try it who may be not a yogi or not really kind of feel maybe super comfortable walking into a yoga studio alone because maybe they just never have before. Maybe their living situation is in kind of flux. Maybe they're, in the recovery community, or they're in like a halfway house, or, they're come from the woods of Maine, or whatever it is. They maybe have just never been exposed to breath work, to yoga, to sound healing. So we are here to meet you where you're at. We are the judge-free zone. So please, if you're kind of curious, like, we're the place to start, because we want to usher these practices into your life in a way that's very non-judgmental. And like I said, we're here to support you. We're not here to tell you what to do. We just want to kind of show you some options for living a happier, more peaceful life. So thank you for offering this for regular folks like me who are just starting out really as a yoga teacher myself, and like really am so grateful that I found yoga because of what it's done for me and my own health. So thank you. I'm gonna go take my place on the mat, Mama, and we'll get into it. I gotta move my body. It's so cold out today.
It is. So these practices, if you've never been exposed to yoga, it always begins with movement of the body. Movement, or as Trevor Hall says, it's in and through the body. And I love that song because it's true. When we do the work, some of it begins in and through the body. And when you begin a practice on a mat or a chair or come into a yoga practice, you're really accessing your physical body. And that is the first layer of the koshas or the subtle body. So, and that is the thickest layer that we have to work through. All of this is work, but it's good work. It's good work for us. It's good work for our minds, our spirit, our nervous system, our bodies. So when we begin to access these other layers of our subtle body, like an onion, the physical body is here, and then the emotional body, the breath body, which we cannot live without. Once we work through these layers, we access the wisdom body, and then the bliss body, which, in a place of like yoga nidra, for example, or meditation, you can or once you learn these practices, you can automatically shift into these different places of awareness. So this practice really brings awareness about the body. It's a good practice for regulating the nervous system, calming anxiety, it helps depression, it helps chronic pain. And for my chronic pain warriors, I know that it's a challenge to access the physical body because those things are present, and they do cause emotion. So there goes the physical body into the emotional body. But working through these resistances is also really helpful to help manage your chronic pain. And sometimes finding these gentler practices can ease the body of that discomfort. And you can even take yourself out of your body through guided meditation and meditation. So, I just want to acknowledge those that, live day to day with these discomforts or the dis-ease in the body. And I welcome you to come in, access the breath work, access the yoga, the movement of the body, access the dancing, because these are all ways that we can move beyond through what we're physically feeling and shift into a better place, it's all about shifting into a better place, right? So let's begin by taking a seat, whether you are in a chair or on a mat. And begin to just feel yourself in your seat. Begin to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Begin to notice your breath. Inviting you just to feel the palms of your hands on your lap. Of course, you can always place your palms facing up towards the sky, towards the heavens to receive from Source. Of course, invited to move into a Gyan Mudra with the index fingers and thumbs touching. And these two fingers, through our nerve endings, are connected to those glands that stimulate our intuition, our gut feeling, and cultivate our intuition so that we can trust ourselves, trust our wisdom body. Let's begin to deepen the breath, taking that breath in through the nose, filling the belly, and slowly exhaling out. Noticing if you're breathing fast and slowing yourself down. Trusting that you are where you need to be. In this place of safety and love, and feeling supported throughout your life, through all areas of your life, through this love and trust. Maybe relaxing the shoulders on the exhale. Maybe shifting back and forth in your seat just to notice your sits bones. Maybe noticing the heat that you feel coming from your palms. Acknowledging your energy. Acknowledging your light. Inviting you to set an intention for your practice for this midweek. How do we want to finish our week? What energy do we want to stay in? And catching ourselves when we shift into discomfort, whether it's emotional discomfort, being aware of those shifts, and then knowing that we can come back to this place of safety with ourselves. That's the trust. That's the love. And that's the safety of you. Gently bringing our hands to the heart center in Anjali Mudra, taking a moment to bow our heads towards our hands to greet each other. Namaste. All right, fluttering the eyes open gently and coming back to our seated position, lengthening the crown. Let's inhale those prayer hands up to the sky. Reach up, stretch up, take a little wiggle side to side. Flip the palms, press everything away, and let's roll those shoulders, bringing some circulation to those shoulders, scapulas, roll them forward. And then let's begin to move the energy. Let's rotate the body. Nice deep breaths in and out. Taking it in the opposite direction. And then gently coming back to center. Now, if you're watching this and you have any injuries whatsoever, let's extend our fingertips towards the earth. I just want to say that I'm here for questions, so reach out to the church, get in touch with me. If there's any physical concerns, I am happy to guide you. Let's take that right ear to the right shoulder. Maybe extend those fingertips back, walking those hands back as you reach that ear towards the shoulder. So relaxing that right shoulder. And then let's take that left arm behind us and then take the nose towards the shoulder. Nice deep breaths as we access our neck muscles, where we hold a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders. And then let's release that left arm, float the arms by your side. A nice deep breath in as you lower the nose, take it across the chest, and come up the other side, then taking the gaze back to center. Let's take the left ear to the left shoulder, extend the fingertips. Remember to pull up on that shoulder, allow it to gently reach towards the earth, away from the ears. And then if it feels good, let's bring that right arm behind us. Notice how that may change the stretch. And then let's take the nose towards the shoulder. A little nod maybe, and noticing where you feel the stretch a little bit more and holding it there for a couple breaths. Nice deep breath in, release that right arm, drop the nose down, bring it across the chest, come up the other side, gaze comes back to center, hands come on the lap, let's do little circles with the nose, gentle cervical spine movement. And take it in the opposite direction. And then let's come back to center and take the chin to the chest. Again, we can reach those fingertips towards the earth if that helps us access our stretch. So all up to you. I'm going to walk these hands back behind me and take my chin a little closer to the chest. And then walking the hands back, gaze comes back to center. All right, so we're talking about resetting and recalibrating our nervous systems, which this whole practice is all about. What we're going to do here to help us get there a little faster is we're going to gently massage our neck and shoulders. So using the pads of your fingertips, coming behind the ear and feeling that there's a muscle right behind the ear that attaches to the neck, and gently drawing those fingers down, bringing them up behind the ear, drawing those fingers down. So a little massage there. We are accessing the vagal nerve here, which helps us regulate our nervous systems. And then maybe circular motions with the fingers. Drawing the fingers down. And then bring the fingers to the base of the skull where you kind of feel that hollow. And using the 3 or 4 fingers facing each other, just gently massaging up and down. You could even use your fingers, feel your fingers on your neck, and then draw those fingers down towards the shoulders. Coming up to the base of the skull, gently drawing down. And you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And then we're going to take the fingertips and come to those muscles that attach right to the neck and the shoulders that are always very tense, and squeeze. Let's squeeze, and then use our fingertips to gently press into those areas of those muscles and draw them, kind of like you're feeling out the shape of the muscle. So I'm drawing those fingers front towards the anterior part of my body, so the front part of my body. And then squeezing. So here's where it gets challenging because we can't reach. Let's take the opposite hand and so I'm taking my right hand to my left shoulder and squeezing the shoulder. I'm actually going to take the sweater off so you can see a little bit better. So just squeezing here, up and down towards the neck, towards the outside of the shoulder, using just your pads of, again, using the pads of the fingers to gently press into those muscles. If you want to lean your right ear to the right shoulder to one side, you can. And really, it's just a matter of giving yourself some love, maybe drawing some circles. You can even use a little essential oil or something to help you move your fingers more smoothly against your skin when you're giving yourself this kind of massage. And then from here, let's just gently squeeze the shoulder up and down and switch sides. So my hand's going to come to the base of my neck and edge of my shoulder. And I'm going to squeeze that muscle, gently press my fingers into it. Maybe you feel a knot. If you feel a knot, just take a nice deep breath and gently press on it and breathe through the tension and notice that tension release. So just squeezing up and down. Come on, where are you going to get these kind of practices? Oh, right here, baby, right here. All right, so from here, again, just kind of going back and squeezing and then releasing the hands. Oh, I know, we left this out. Squeeze the right arm. So from the shoulder, we're squeezing all the way down. And then release. Shake out the arms. Roll the shoulders. And then just notice if maybe you left out a spot, you feel a kink, you can go back. Just know that you can access this at any time while you're working, while you're sitting anywhere, while you're in the car. Okay? So let's take a nice deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, float them down. Reach back, palms face each other, or you can lay the hands on the earth and gently press the heart forward. Take the gaze up. Maybe interlacing the fingers and reaching those wrists, shoulders back. Taking a gentle hinge forward. And then gently coming back up, releasing the hands if you've taken that bind. Arms come up, palms face out, float those hands forward. All right, so let's walk those hands, crawl those hands forward, lengthen through the crown, and a gentle hinge at the hips. Sometimes it even feels good to, use the props, use a pillow, and lay on a bolster. If your hips are feeling tight, that's one comfortable way to access the hips. And of course, if this seat is uncomfortable, you're always welcome to switch sides or just find a more comfortable seat. Maybe crawling the hands forward or reaching a little bit more. Lengthening through the crown, and then maybe rounding in if you do want to round in. And then gently walking those hands back. Back we go to seated. Let's bring our soles of the feet together and walk the buttocks towards the heels. Or if you're sitting, just gently bringing the soles of the feet together. Take a bind if that you feel comfortable interlacing the fingers or just gently holding your feet. Nice deep breath in as you lengthen. Let the legs flutter up and down like little butterflies. Butterfly wings. And then come to stillness as you inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, hinge over once again. And I'm bringing my elbows in front of my shins and allowing my elbows to gently press my legs away gently if I want to feel a deeper stretch. Inhale, lengthen, pull that navel in, maybe a hinge more. And then gently releasing. All right, so knees come up, Extend the legs forward and bring the arms behind you and gently windshield wiper back and forth. You can even take a nice wider stance and bring one knee in and then the other out, creating some mobility with the hip. All right, so walking the hands back, we're going to come to a tabletop position. All right, let's warm up the spine. So as we get into position, we stack the shoulders over the wrists, fingers pointing forward, and stacking the hips over the knees. Feet are nice and flat, not turned in, and just being aware of the position of where your body is in space. A nice deep breath in, lower the tummy down, tilt the tail up, and take the gaze up to the sky. On the exhale, the chin's going to move towards the chest. You're going to tuck the tail in, press the mat away if that feels good, rounding the spine. Inhale, gently take the gaze up, drop the belly and tilt the tail. Exhale, round in, taking the chin towards the chest, maybe creating a little throat lock to stimulate that throat chakra. Inhale and exhale as you guide your body, syncing the breath with the movement. Inhaling as you extend, exhaling as you round in. And then coming back to center, I like to shift my hips side to side. Just a gentle movement of those hips side to side. And then let's take them in a circular movement. Nice big circles with the hips. And when you're ready, just taking them in the opposite direction. All right, let's take a child's pose. So we can curl the toes under to adjust our knees. I'm going to take a wide-legged child's pose because I like to create space for the body. So you can take it just so and reach the hips back and extend the arms and lower the head. But I like to take the knees wide. Let your toes touch and shift the hips back. And then allow yourself to extend your arms, lower the head. So if the head does not touch the floor, that's okay. Find a block or a pillow to support your head. Don't want to strain the neck and shoulders. So feel those hips shift back towards the heels. Option here to tent the fingers, reach those wrists forward. You can lengthen the body all the way through the wrists and feeling that length from the base of the spine all the way through the cervical spine, through the crown. If you've tented the fingers, relax the hands. Hands come back down. And let's gently walk the hands over to the right side. Maybe layering that left hand on the right palm, on the right hand, so you can get into that left side body. And then bring the awareness to that left hip as you reach that left hip towards that left heel. Nice deep breaths. Last breath here, and then walk to center, walk all the way over to the left side. Allow that right hand maybe to layer over the left and extend that right hip towards the right heel. Last breath here, and walk the hands back to center, a little opposite reach of the hands and the hips. to lengthen, and then gently walk those hands back towards your table position. Bring the knees back and come back to table. All right, let's thread the needle here. We're going to open up to the right side. Right arm nice and long towards the sky. Let's weave that arm through, bring that shoulder down. So right shoulder down, right temple down, and extend that left arm forward. So here we're accessing the back of the shoulder. Options with that left arm to bring it behind you and take a bind if that feels good. And if that is accessible for you. And release, extend that arm back, and gently walk yourself back up, drawing that right arm up to the sky, and lowering. Let's do this on the left side. Inhale, left arm reaches high, exhale, weave it underneath that right arm. Left shoulder touches left temple, and then extend that right arm forward. Notice what it feels like if you reach your hips towards your heels. So little micro movements really make a difference. So just gently, like the movements don't have to be big. So they could just be gentle shifts to notice how that feels in your stretch. Maybe walking that hand behind you. So right arm behind you to open up that right shoulder. Or you could stay right where you are. Last breath here, and then release that right arm if you've taken the bind. Gently extend it forward. And then walk it back towards you so you can gently lift back up. Inhale that left arm up and float it back down. Adjust back to your tabletop. All right, so from here, let's extend that right leg out. Square the hips to the mat. Toes point down. And then let's bend the knee and stack that hip. So you can take that gaze to the right side as you stack that right hip over the left. Square everything back to the mat and circle the hip. Take it in the opposite direction. Now bring it back to center, extend long, toes point down, square the hips, reach long with that left arm. Pull the navel in. Bring everything back in, shift the hips side to side, and left leg reaches long, toes point down, bend the knee, and then gently stack that left hip by opening up to the left side and stacking it over the right. And you can take the gaze to the left side. You can even take it behind you. All depends on what you want to feel or how that feels to you. Gently squaring the hips back, extend that leg long, toes point down, extend that right arm long. Pulling the navel in, extending through both limbs, feeling opposite poles, and then gently bring everything back to table. All right, let's curl the toes under, get into our downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high towards the sky. Allow the biceps to be parallel. Bring those inner elbows to face each other. And press the heart towards the thighs. Walk your dog. So getting into those hamstrings. Lifting one heel after the other. Gazing between the ankles. And really move how it feels good to you. I'm going to bring one knee into the body center And then the other, just to gently twist the body a little bit to get into the hips. And then coming back to center as I walk my dog. And press the heart towards the thighs. Nice deep breaths in. Let's lift the heels, bend the knees, switch the gaze between the hands. Pull the navel in, a little hover. And then drop the knees down, uncurl the toes, shift the hips back. Inhale, shift forward, curl the toes under, lift up again to your down dog. Then lift the heels high, bend the knees, and we're going to walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat, forward fold. Allowing yourself to ragdoll here, letting the upper body feel nice and heavy, relaxing the arms, relaxing the shoulders, noticing if you have tightness in the jaw, releasing the jaw. So hopefully that massage really loosened up your neck and shoulders so you're feeling quite relaxed here. Allow gravity to do all the work for you. You can bend one knee after the other if that feels good too. Inhale, hands on the shins. Let's lengthen our spine through the crown. Pull the navel in. And root to rise. Nice deep breath in. Gently bringing the hands back together and back to our hearts. Beautiful. So let's come into mountain pose. Let's pull up on those quads. Pull the navel in and up. Lengthen through the crown, shoulders back. So feel the scapulas work towards each other. From here, inhale, palms rise. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, palms together, come to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, coming to your half lift. And then gently plant those palms, step back with that right foot, and then gently lower that right knee. So we're bracketing that front foot. Let's come into our half splits by shifting the hips back towards that right hips. Well, hips shift back towards the back of the mat. Draw that left hip back. So you can either take your foot flat or take it onto the heel. You can also use blocks to help access your body if it's too far of a reach. And then let's shift forward and back, getting some movement in. All right, from here, let's gently plant that left palm, curl the toes under of that right leg, and right knee lifts, open up to the right side, so that right arm's going to gently come up towards the sky. Option here to flip the palm and bring that arm behind you if you want to open up the shoulder. And then gently releasing the bind if you've taken it. And then let's open up to the opposite side. Open up to the left side. Press through that right heel. Again, option to bring that arm behind you. And then feel like you're really lifting that right rib cage towards the sky. Release the arm if you've taken the bind and gently bring that arm back. From here, let's bring that front foot back so you can tent the fingers or use blocks to lift the body. Bring that left foot back and come into plank. You can come into modified plank. All right, so from here, let's tuck those elbows, come all the way down to the belly, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale and plant all those 10 toes into the mat and gently tuck those elbows, lift the heart. So really press through those toes. Chin parallel to the floor. Nice deep breaths in, breathing normally, and then lowering down.
Curl the toes under, gently lifting the body back to plank. Come to your down dog. Walk your dog. And then walk your feet. When you're ready to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the palms. Left foot steps back. Plant that left knee and shift the hips back to a half splits. Draw that right hip back. And then solo the foot down, gently shifting forward and shifting back. All right, so let's stack that knee over the ankle. Ground that right hand, curl the toes under of that left foot, open up to the left side. And then maybe that left arm reaches behind you. Release the bind if you've taken it. Float that arm up and then float it back down. Nice deep breath in. We're going to open up to the right side. Again, you can flip the palm and place that arm in the hollow of your back. Or feel that left rib cage reach up towards the sky. That right shoulder shifts back. Press through that heel. Inhale, release the bind if you've taken it, and float that arm back down. Beautiful. All right, so from here, let's bring that front foot back. So I'm going to tent my fingers to create space, or you can use the blocks to lift the body to help you bring that foot back. So come into plank position. And then let's drop the knees and shift the hips back. Brief child's pose. And then from here, come down to your belly once again. Press all 10 toes in on the inhale. Tuck the elbows, lift the heart for cobra. Nice deep breaths in, shoulders back, heart slides forward, and then gently, slowly begin to lower. All right, gently lifting, knees on the mat. You can either stay here or come to full plank. Inhale, press to your down dog. Lift the heels high, bend the knees, shift the gaze between the hands, and walk the feet to meet the hands. Come to a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, coming to your half lift. And then let's root to rise, come all the way up, palms touch, and palms come to heart. So take a moment here to deepen your breaths. Pressing those palms firmly together. Maybe closing your eyes, coming into your mountain pose, toning the legs. Inhale, arms come up, reach up. And then from here, gaze forward, separate the hands, sit in your chair. Tuck the tail. Shift the weight to the heels, pull the navel in, lift the heart, maybe sit a little lower. And then let's bring the hands to heart, and let's forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, half lift, root to rise again. Arms parallel to the ears, sit in your chair, second set, tuck the tail, pull the navel in, shift the hips back towards the heels as you shift that weight, hip shift, tuck the tail, pull the navel in, heart lift, sit a little lower. Hands come to touch, and hands come to heart as you forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, hands come to the shins. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with both feet. Knees come down to the mat. Shift the hips back, walk the hands back. And then shift the hips to one side, swing the legs around.
All right, I'm going to turn around. All right. So let's extend our legs and gently loosen them up. Then flex the feet, stay nice and lifted. Dandasana, arms by your side, palms flat, pull the navel in. Inhale, arms come up. Parallel to the ears, lengthen on the exhale. Reach for those outsides of the feet or the shins, ankles, whatever you can grab onto. Bend the knees even to grab the feet or reach your ankles, shins. I like to peace finger my toes, or you can reach for the outsides of the feet. Inhale, lengthen through the crown to have a nice straight spine and hinge at the hips on the exhale. Flex the feet, lengthen through the crown, and take your forward fold. Inhale, release. Take that right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. Inhale, arms come up, turn towards that left thigh and reach for that left foot. Nice deep breath in as you lengthen through the crown. Tuck the elbows in and gently bring your forehead towards the knee. Drop that right shoulder down. And release, arms come up, switch sides. Turn towards that right thigh. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, reach for that right foot. Inhale, lengthen once again and forward fold over your right thigh. Tuck those elbows close. We don't want the elbows out here. We want them right close to the leg. Drop that left shoulder down and release. We come all the way back up. Float the arms down. And then from here, scoot the bottom a little bit further so you're nice in the middle of the mat. Reach forward, pull the navel in, and we descend, ground those feet. We're basically coming to our back. Bring the knees into chest. Nice squeeze in and rock side to side. Relax the shoulders. Or take the hands on the knees and knee circles. You can go in one direction and then the other, or if it feels good, to gently separate the knees and circle in opposite directions. You can. Anything that feels good for your hips. Find your happy baby. Reach for the peace finger toes or the outsides of your feet. Allow yourself to gently rock side to side. Maybe extending one leg and then another. And then taking the legs up to the sky, feet up towards the sky, and arms by your side. So this is legs up the wall. You can use a block to support this. And actually, if I take a block and place it underneath my lower back, I can stay here forever. And it feels really good. All right, so from here, gently rotating the ankles, point and flex, and then bending the knees. Soles of the feet come to the mat. And then extend the legs, full body stretch. Inhale, arms over the head. Lengthen through the arms, through the legs. Squeeze that right knee to chest. Flex both feet. And then take that right knee towards the right shoulder. Tuck the chin. Shoulders draw back. Take that left hand on the knee. Extend that right arm long. And then take that right knee across the body to the left side.
Gazing over to the right side and take your twist. So good for the low back. Come back to center. Squeeze that knee back in, flexing both feet, and release. Full body stretch. Arms over the head. Nice deep breath in and exhale. Reach for that left knee to chest. Flex both feet. Tuck the chin. Draw that knee towards the shoulder. And then bring it back to center. Guide that knee across the body to the right side. Extend that left arm. And gaze to the left side. All right, let's come back to center. Extend the leg, bring the arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then allow your arms to come by your side. So it feels really good to tense the body up and then release. So let's do that a couple of times. Let's tense everything up on the in-breath. Tight fists, legs, space, and on the exhale, let it go. Inhale, tighten everything up. Face tightens, butt tightens, legs tighten, and let it go. Allow your body to relax. Palms up. Maybe tucking those shoulders underneath the body. Letting the toes fall open. And allowing yourself to come to a relaxed state where we can absorb all of the benefits of this practice together. Repairing, restoring, and integrating all the benefits into our bodies. Into our bodies, our mind, and our spirit, unifying all three through this practice. Maybe revisiting your intention and remembering how you want to finish the week. So you are welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. I am going to shift to seated, and then I will guide you out. Allowing your body to feel fully supported, safe, and loved. Gently coming back into your space, wiggling the toes and the fingers. Allowing yourself to roll over to one side, maybe cradling your head, bending your knees on your side. And of course, you're welcome to stay here, or you can gently begin to press up to seated, meeting me with your hands at the heart center in prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Please join me in sealing our class today by bringing our prayer hands up to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, to our lips to speak kind words, and back down to our hearts as a reminder to live life fully with love, joy, inner strength, courage, and lots of grace. May our thoughts, words, and actions be heart-led and divinely guided always. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much. Namaste. Namaste.